You're exhausted, not regular tired, the kind of exhausted where you wake up and already dread your day. You've tried the clean eating, the supplements, the sleep routines, and your doctor says your lab looks normal. 6 years. That's how long a 20-year-old college student, let's call her Sarah, lived with that exact exhaustion. Since she was 14, every doctor, every test, normal. Here is what nobody found until we ran a completely different kind of test. Her cortisol, the hormone that's supposed to give you energy, was flatlined. Not low, not high, flat, all day. And the standard blood test, they never catch this. They measure cortisol once and call it a day. That one missed test cost her 6 years. And if you are sitting there thinking that sounds like me, stay with me. Because what fixed Sarah in 90 days might change everything for you too. Look, I get it. You are probably thinking, well, I'm not 20. I'm supposed to be tired at my age. Stop right there. You are not supposed to feel exhausted all the time. Period. I don't care if you are 30, 40, or 50. I don't care if you have kids, a demanding job, or both. Chronic exhaustion is not normal aging. It's your body screaming for help. And here's what nobody tells you. Doing everything right can actually make it worse. I learned this the hard way. Picture this. I was the guy with the perfect morning routine. Bulletproof coffee, check. Intermittent fasting, you bet. Quality supplements, had a whole cabinet full. I was even getting testosterone shots. But every morning, I still felt like garbage. No energy. Couldn't gain muscle. Couldn't lose the weight around my waist. And the worst part, by evening, I had 0 patience left for my family. One little tantrum from my kid, and I'd snap. The guilt was crushing. Here I was, doing everything the biohacking guru said, and I was still failing at the one thing that mattered most, being present for my family. Maybe you know that feeling, that voice in your head saying you should have more energy, you should be more patient, you should feel better. There was a case of a dental assistant, young woman, mid-20s, dealing with mysterious digestive issues for years. She couldn't go out with friends because she never knew when her stomach would rebel. Test after test came back normal. Her doctors basically shrugged and suggested antacids. This is what I mean when I say the system is broken. You are not crazy. You are not weak. You are not just stressed. Your body is trying to tell you something and nobody is listening. Here is the thing, and this might sound crazy, but what if those normal lab results are actually the problem? What if the tests themselves are missing the real story? If this is hitting home for you, if you are thinking, that sounds exactly like me, I work with people in exactly this situation. There is a link below for a free consultation where we map out which test you need. Spots are limited, so grab one now, because what I'm about to share will change everything. Remember Sarah, the 20-year-old I mentioned? She's not tired anymore. 6 years of fatigue gone. Want to know how? Okay, so here is where it gets interesting. What we discovered with Sarah and what I discovered fixing my own health completely flipped everything I thought I knew about fatigue. Let me break this down for you. Here is what changed everything for Sarah and for me. We stopped looking at symptoms and started looking at systems. See, conventional medicine treats your body like a car with separate parts. Engine problem? See the engine guy. Transmission issue? Different specialist. But your body is in a car. It's more like an ecosystem. And when one part of an ecosystem breaks down, everything suffers. Dr. Mark Heyman puts it perfectly. The body is one integrated system, not a collection of organs divided by medical specialties. Think about that. When was the last time your doctor asked about your digestion when you complain about fatigue? Or check your stress hormones when you couldn't lose weight? Never. Because they are trained to look at parts, not patterns. Here is what the functional testing revealed with Sarah. Her cortisol was completely flatlined. Not low in the morning, not high at night, flat, all day. Her body had literally given up on producing its main energy hormone. But here is the kicker. Standard blood tests don't catch this. They measure cortisol at one point in time. That's like checking the weather at noon and declaring it sunny all day. Useless. The testing also found massive gut inflammation, hidden food sensitivities, nutrient deficiencies that the standard lab said were within range. Within range of who? A sedentary 80-year-old? This is why people suffer for years. Let me share something that will blow your mind. There was a case of a 40-year-old executive. Successful guy, great career, beautiful family. But he couldn't play with his son for more than 5 minutes without getting winded. Tried every diet, CrossFit, keto, carnivore, nothing worked. You know what the functional testing found? His liver was so congested, it couldn't process hormones properly. His testosterone was high because he was supplementing, but his body couldn't use it. It was like pouring premium gas into a clogged engine. Dr. Datis Karasian says something I'll never forget. You can supplement your way out of a broken system. That executive, once the detox pathways were cleaned up and his gut was fixed, the weight melted off. More importantly, he coached his son's soccer team last season, ran every practice, never got winded once. That's what this is really about, isn't it? Not just energy for energy's sake, but energy for what matters. Here is the pattern I see over and over. Chronic stress breaks your hormone system. Broken hormones wreck your digestion. Poor digestion creates inflammation, and inflammation destroys your mitochondria, your cellular batteries. And so, you are exhausted despite doing everything right. It's not your fault. How could you know to look for something nobody's testing for? And this is exactly why I don't just run basic labs. I use functional testing that actually shows us what's happening in your body. We look at 5 key systems: your stress response over 24 hours, your metabolic function, how well you are breaking down and using nutrients, your gut barrier integrity, your microbiome balance, and hidden immune reactions to foods. This isn't some woo alternative medicine. This is precision testing that conventional medicine ignores. Remember when I mentioned my own health crash? My regular doctor said my cortisol was normal due to stress. But when I ran functional labs, completely flatlined. Just like Sarah, my body had literally stopped responding to stress properly. If I had listened to the doctor, I'd still be exhausted. Here's what drives me crazy. Doctors will tell you not to test things that aren't broken. I had one tell me that about microbiome testing. If you're not sick, why test? I tested anyway. Found massive dysbiosis. Fixed it. Brain fog? Gone. Energy back. All from a test my doctor said was unnecessary. Look, if you're resonating with any of this, if you are done accepting normal as good enough, this is what's possible when you address root. If you're ready to start your transformation, book a free consultation. The link is in the description. We'll map out your personal testing plan and review your next steps. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. Once we know what's actually broken, we can fix it. And it doesn't take years. Remember Sarah? 90 days. That's all it took. Now, listen, I know what you're thinking. Sounds great, but what exactly did she do? Good, because I'm about to give you the exact protocol that not only transformed her life, but hundreds of others just like her. So let me break down exactly what we do in those 90 days. We follow what I call the RDRESS Protocol: release, diet, rest, exercise, stress reduction, and supplementation. But here is the key. We do them in order, one at a time, no overwhelm. Week 1, release. This is where everyone wants to skip ahead. But listen to me. You cannot heal a toxic body. Start simple. Add lemon to your warm water every morning. Not cold, warm. This kicks your liver into gear. Then try brushing before your shower. 2 minutes, that's it. gets your lymph moving. I know what you're thinking. That's it? Lemon water and brush? Here is what happened to that dental assistant with the mystery condition. We started with just these two things. By week 2, her bloating was cut in half. Half! From lemon water and a brush. Week 3, diet. But not another restricted diet. We test your metabolic type first. Because here is the truth nobody tells you. One person's superfood is another person's poison. In one case study, a woman was doing keto for 2 years. Exhausted, cranky, terrible sleep. Turns out, she was a carb type. Her body was screaming for quality carbs. Added sweet potatoes and quinoa back. Energy through the roof in 10 days. This week, just notice how you feel after meals. Energized or exhausted? Clear or foggy? Your body's already telling you what works. Week 5, rest. Not just sleep, recovery. Most people think more is better. Wrong. Strategic recovery is what rebuilds your energy. Start with this. 10-minute morning walk. No phone, no podcast, just walk. Even if it's dark. I started this when I was at my worst, and my resting heart rate dropped from 56 to 52. My HRV improved. All from walking. The morning light, even cloudy light, resets your entire hormone system. Week 7, exercise. But probably less than you think. That 45-year-old executive I mentioned, the protocol actually had him exercise less. Switch from crushing CrossFit to strength training twice a week and walking. That's when the weight finally came off. Your body can heal in survival mode. Week 9, stress reduction. This isn't meditation apps and bubble baths. This is rewiring your stress response. We use specific breathing protocols, vagus nerve activation, things that actually change how your nervous system responds. 5 minutes of 4-7-8 breathing before bed. That's your start. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. 4 rounds. Watch your sleep transform. Week 11, supplementation. Only after we fix the foundation. Because here's the thing. Supplements don't work in a broken system. We use targeted support based on your specific labs, not random bottles from the health food store. Precision supplementation for your exact deficiencies. I know this might feel like a lot, but remember, one phase at a time. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to start. Can I share something personal? Last week, my son had a complete meltdown at 7:30 p.m. The kind that would have sent the old me into rage. Screaming, throwing things, the work. But I just sat there, calm, present. I held space for his big feelings without losing myself in them. My wife looked at me afterwards and said, "Who are you?" That's who you become when your body finally works right. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not just getting older. Your body is sending signals that everyone else is missing. You deserve to feel good in your own skin. You deserve to have energy for what matters, to be present with your family, to pursue your dreams without your body holding you back. Sarah, that 20-year-old college student, she just graduated magna cum laude. Runs half marathons now. 6 years of fatigue gone. Because someone finally listened to what her body was saying. That could be you in 90 days. Not perfect, not superhuman, just yourself again. The self that's been buried under exhaustion and brain fog and normal lab results. You are one decision away from a completely different life. Look, I only take on a limited number of clients each month because this work requires attention. Real attention, not a 15-minute appointment and a prescription. If you are ready to find out what's really going on, if you are ready to stop accepting normal as good enough, I'd love to help. There is a link below for a free consultation. We review your story, map out exactly which test you need, and I walk you through the next steps on your journey. But whether you work with me or not, please hear this. Your exhaustion is not your identity. It's just your starting point. And you are ready to start.